Hello everyone, welcome back to Formula for Speed. I'm your host Chad. This is my lovely co-host Babyface. Please say hello, Babyface. What's the problem, Babyface? What's wrong? Tell everyone what's wrong.
Did you see the race?
Guys, oh yeah. We're gonna review it. I saw
Something goes wrong, right? It's an uncomfortable situation, maybe a messed up situation. It's messy, it's messed up, it's just uncomfortable. And then on top of something happening that's uncomfortable and messy, something else happens that makes it worse. You ever have that project, that situation where exactly what I just said happens back to back, where just thinking about it, thinking about that person, thinking about that project, about that job, makes you physically sick. Your stomach gets all curled up, worse and worse and worse. You ever have that situation? Am I the only one that's ever been in a situation like that where I'm like, oh my goodness, there's no cleaning this up. Like, I just want to be done with this. You ever been in a situation like that?
Close. Yeah, I have.
You know who can relate to me?
Ferrari can relate to her. Guys, I'm going to start this off by saying I will say this. I kind of felt bad for Ferrari because they bought to this circuit upgrades. And you guys know this. Upgrades to the wing. And it was going to make the car, they wanted to supposedly make the car faster. They wanted to see how it was going to work out. They needed track time. They needed both cars to run 71 laps. 71, 72 laps.
More than one lap is the point.
Leclerc was a little ambitious. It happens. Guys.
It happens. But the fact that it happened right after you've decided, we're not going to even go into how, but you've decided to part ways with your senior driver. That same driver didn't finish the last race. We have some drama, rumble, rumor, situation mill going on because of all of that. And that is now followed up by this.
I'm gonna tell you, it's a tough situation over there. They need to shake some things up. You all know that. Leave in the comments, how do you, Ferrari fans, let us know how you feel. What is going on?
And mind you, I've said this, I like Leclerc. Leclerc is a good driver. He fessed up, he said, my mistake. I've apologized. And he, historically, if you've watched him, he's really hard on himself. Right. You can tell the kid is a perfectionist. He wants to do well. He felt bad. I feel bad for him. I realize, you know what? He's young. He's ambitious. He's trying to get his name out there.
Right.
It is the sequence in which, let me call out the elephant that I'm kind of dragging along. It's not pouring for Vettel. It's not even hailing for Vettel.
Yeah.
It's pouring, hailing, piss jugs. And for any of you that understand that reference, leave a comment down below. It's like piss jugs are landing on Vettel. He is just, and he's not even catching them. They're literally just gallons of piss jugs that are coming from the trailer park.
I'm gonna tell you.
And just landing on him. They're landing on his head. They're landing on his wing. They're landing on his tires. They're just landing all over the place.
He can't catch a break.
The guy cannot catch a break. And again, if anybody out there understands and caught that reference, tell me in the comments below if you caught that. It's just raining piss jugs.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you. You know who it is going well for though?
McLaren. McLaren.
Let's put that out there, guys. McLaren fans like me, long suffering McLaren fans. We've not been good since Lewis and Alonso were there. And Lewis's last year, you know, we've not been good for a while. But, for example, looking at the grid, Hamilton on pole, Verstappen.
Yep, and this is Styria, by the way. Second race of the 2020 season.
Yep. Sainz, Carlos, third. Now, I will say this. McLaren, we are worried about the Pink Panthers because they have very good pace. Everybody keeps complaining about Racing Point bringing the 2019 Mercedes car. For me, I can care less. I'm a McLaren fan, but that's what Haas did. Who cares? Beat them. What are you complaining for? Just beat them. It's a last year's car, so who would care anyway, right? So they've proven to the FIA it's not a carbon copy. They've changed something. It's ticky-tack. We're not going to report every little thing and, oh my God, they did that wrong. We're going to worry about our race, and our results show that. I feel like teams that are so worried about just trying to get people with penalties and protest. Listen, you're taking away focus from the race. That's just me. If it's blatant cheating, say something. Whatever. But some of the stuff's just ticky-tack, man.
Well, I don't mean to be rude. I sincerely am not trying to be rude. But I feel like McLaren might change the tune on contending for the championship. I can see them being like, hey, because then now every single point matters to get that title. I don't think McLaren has been worried about that recently.
Well, I gotta cut you off. The teams that are protesting Racing Point are other midfield teams. We're just not one of them. We've been at the top before. Did you see us? I'm just saying, what I'm saying is this, and I'll leave it alone. Again, Racing Point does have a very good car. But as you can see, we qualified number 3. Ahead of them. Bottas, we qualified ahead of Bottas. Guys, in the comments, this is facts. Ocon is running 5th, running very well, by the way. Good driver. I've always liked Ocon. Esteban's a very good driver. Albon is running 6th. Another good young driver. So you got a lot of good young guys up there. And mind you, not to add insult, but Danny Rick, he's coming to us next year. He's running solid. I'm still worried about Renault engines because last week they weren't running as well, but he's running. Danny Rick's 8th. Norris is 9th. Solid. Vettel is 10th. Ferrari's not. They brought the upgrades. Russell's 11th. Now let's talk about George Russell with that Williams. I'm always root for Williams behind McLaren. Lance Stroll 12th. Kvyat 13th. Leclerc 14th. Ferrari's not. It's so bad. You're not used to seeing this. When's the last time you seen Ferraris run this poor? 90s? Late 80s? I mean, this is not good. K-Max 15th. They're still having issues. Guys, you know this. Issues with the brakes. Not sure what's going on at Haas. I don't know what's going on down there. They're having issues. Kimi 16th. Perez is 17th. Latifi's 18th. Grosjean starting from the pit lane. Giovinazzi's 19th. So I'm not quite sure if Renault got their stuff straightened out from last week. But again, this is a rough track for everyone. So this is a rough track to start off of, and this is your first couple races on this track. So guys, lap 1 we're starting. Here we go. So it's a good start, guys. Lewis again gets a great start. It's a typical race order right now. Same race order that pretty much from pole. Again, I'm gonna ask you all, how many? Leave in the comments. How many do not finishes do you have this race? Last race we were completely off. I don't think anybody saw that many people in that. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they did. I just didn't. How many do you think this race? Ferrari. At all. Leave in the comments, guys, if you guessed Ferrari. Please let us know. Did you guess Ferrari? I didn't. I didn't have Ferrari not finishing. Safety car already. Wow.
Yep. Because Leclerc and Vettel took each other out.
Lap 1. Okay, let's be honest. No one, it's going to be very hard for me to believe anybody had Ferrari hitting each other lap 1. No one.
And if you see it, it's an honest, overzealous mistake. But it just, come on.
They can't catch a break.
Like I said, piss jugs, they're landing everywhere.
I'm kind of thinking that, and where a lot of people may not feel bad for him because the way they carried business off season was kind of shady. So a lot of people are not going to feel bad. They're like, but that's what you get. You weren't forthright with your intentions with the 4-time champ, whether he was performing up to snuff or not. And you were kind of shady with it. A lot of people don't feel bad for him. God. You as a Mercedes fan, I know you don't feel bad for him.
No, but at the same time, I was like, seriously.
For Vettel, I get it.
Seriously.
I get it. Wow. I didn't have it as lap 1.
No!
2 Ferrari, no one. Guys, if you did, maybe some of you guessed Ferrari would be out the first lap. I didn't. I know, I'm going to be honest, I did not. Babyface?
What?
I don't even know. You know, I think it'd be a great addition for anyone. Any team out there would be lucky to have him. That's me personally. Some people may say Vettel, he's past his whatever. It's because you have a bad season and a half doesn't mean you're past your prime. I think he needs to change the scenery. Again, when's the last time Ferraris won a championship? It's more than him. They got bigger issues than just Vettel. Was it Kimi? 2009 or 2010? Mm-hmm. Right. A lot of the onus may be on him. But again, he's going against... Would you blame every other driver since they couldn't beat Schumi? You're going against the best in our generation, and that's Hamilton, who Schumi co-signed, along with Niki Lauda. Some of the best ever. I mean, some of the best have ever raced in a car have given Hamilton props. So therefore, are you really mad that he's losing to the best? I mean, really? I mean, I don't know how you get mad at a guy for that. I'm not sure, but right now, lap 4, Russell, he was fighting hard. And I felt bad for this because Russell was driving so well. He was fighting K-Mag hard, spun, lost control. You guys saw that. So for me, guys, Williams, I was kind of disappointed to see that because Russell was running so well. But, you know, moving on, I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to move up. Yep, and this Leclerc. Vettel's already out. Leclerc's out by lap 5. Happens. I do feel for him. Do you think Renault finishes the race? Guys, leave in the comments. Let me know. Do both not finish or one finish?
I don't think.
And which driver do you think, which driver is going to not finishing for whatever reason? And I like Danny Rick.
Because he has the worst luck on the planet?
With Renault. Yeah, he does. So, you know, I had Danny Rick now. So, guys, let us know in the comments.
The whole season wasn't enough.
Let us know in the comments. Who did you have Renault finishing? Out of both Renault drivers, who did you have finishing? Who did you not have finishing? And what was the reason what reason did you have for them not finishing? Racing incident, crash, whatever. Guys, we're coming back. Mark my words. We're coming back. Babyface. I like my young driver, Lando. Guys.
Lando is good.
I'm a Lando. Listen.
He's good.
Listen. The fact they're getting Danny Rick, I like the direction we're going.
Yeah. This
is good for us. Very good for us. And the fact we're going to pick up a Mercedes engine. Because we used to run them. So
that should make next season so much fun. I have missed Danny Rick so bad.
Haven't you? Not competing. Guys, let me know in the comments. How many of you...
The pushing.
How many of you missed Danny Rick in a competitive car?
The fact that I haven't heard Crofty, Brundle, or anybody just go, and there goes Danny Ricciardo.
You've had a 1 or 2, but not like Red Bull. It was every week. Every week.
Yes.
But to be fair, he took a chance. He wanted to challenge himself, and I get it, but I just wouldn't.
No, but come on, like you don't.
I don't know what Cyril sold him on, guys. I'm not quite sure.
I think they took a Mercedes or Ferrari and wrapped it in Renault colors.
Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
What? What did he show him?
I don't know. He said there's something cooking.
And said it was the most delicious pumpkin soup ever made.
And I think one of the Renaults, because a Ocon just got passed by his teammate Danny Rick. And the reason why I'm so interested in the Renaults because we're running the same engines, right? So if they have mechanical and mechanical issues with the engine, I'm like, oh man, are we gonna have them? That was my concern last season.
Yep.
I was like, man, these engines for Renault, man, I just don't know about them. Some tasks are sitting pretty. Guys, Verstappen running second. Did you have him catching Lewis?
Originally?
Yes.
I kind of did.
Did you?
Because Red Bull does very well on
this
this
track.
track.
Yes.
And I was like, he's second. He's expecting a good battle.
Yep. Did I have him looking at qualifying? I said he'll get close. I don't know if he'll catch him. But then Bottas is running, seriously. But Lando had a good pass on Carlos Sainz. My McLarens are running strong, babyface. Guys, shot up. My McLarens are running top notch right now. But unfortunately, I'm looking now. Romain Grosjean, it's not even his fault. They're having issues at Haas with the brakes. I don't know what's going on with them. They're another small team. Gene Haas, the American, he's running the team. They're struggling. They're struggling. So at this point in lap 24, they're telling Max Verstappen to box. He's going to put on mediums, right? Right now he has the softs on. They're covering for the undercut for Mercedes. Guys, that's what they're doing. So, I mean, they had no choice, right? Albon he's running strong, but he's just not running with the top three. So they had to cover for the undercut. I don't know. I had Albon getting close to the top three at the end of the race. So since I had Albon getting close to the end of the race, I said I think Red Bull's going to have a solid strategy because they have both their drivers, and I think they can do something with the strategy they have. But just wasn't sure. Now lap 26. Wow. Guys, lap 26, babyface. Esteban. Done. Issues with the car. Done. And I wasn't surprised. Worried? Yeah. Like, you're not sure if it's a limit. When it comes to a car, you're not sure if it's a limit or not. You don't want it to be, but you're just not sure if what you were sold was... He already did. He's coming. he said, oh yeah, 1 year is good enough for me. Cyril, I don't know, again. And I think Cyril has, again, guys, another year. I don't know what... that's just me guessing, but... at this point, Bottas still hasn't pitted. But Alcon's out. 2 Ferraris are out. Done. So when I saw what Esteban Ocon went out for, I said, ooh, what does that mean for Danny Rick? Guys, let me know in the comments. When you saw Esteban go out, did you not think Danny Rick's next?
He's screwed. That's what I thought.
Racing Point has some good pace this race. Did you notice that? Yeah. Very good pace. And Carlos Sainz is still running 5th. So it's a solid race. Danny Rick, ironically, is running in 6th position.
Yep, he was.
So I'm happy for Danny Rick to run this well. All he needs is a McLaren car, guys, and he's
golden.
He's golden. He's golden. This is good for me so far. Right now, I'm liking it. Now the pit stop for McLaren. This is what made me upset. This happened last week.
Yep.
7.2 second pit stop because of the back left rear wheel. Happened last week, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the sensors on the guns. I don't know what's going on, but it happened last week and I wasn't happy with it last week. So I'm up there, I'm squirming. I'm like, come on. Like, he was running so well, and
yeah.
When you have that long of a pit stop, you have to hope someone else messes up. You guys know that. I mean, 7.2 seconds, it's just not good. So, at this point, I'm like, well, that may be his race. Maybe his race. Then, lap 34, Sergio is making ground. I mean, dude is... I will say this about Sergio. He's a very good manager of his tires, and on a race day, dude shows up.
Yep, if he gets frustrated and mad, he may bump you.
When he gets upset, you may get...
But he's a solid
Hey, he's
driver.
a good driver. He's a good driver. He's a good driver.
And it's going to suck if Vettel happens to land, which is what the rumors are all about, right?
Racing Point.
If Vettel happens to land at Racing Point...
Well, Sergio's got 2 more years.
But there's an exit clause.
That's right.
So there's some rumors where he's like, hey, no, I have a contract for the next 2 years, but of course we don't know all the details of the contract. But it sucks. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it stinks that his teammate is the owner's son. So if one of them has to go to bring in Vettel, you know it's going to be Sergio.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I were Racing Point, since it's just business, this is just me. If I know my son is not up to snuff, right? At least I'll tell my... Everyone knows this. If you give Perez a good teammate, Racing Point's much stronger, right? Give him some help. He out-qualifies Lance Stroll consistently. He outpoints him consistently.
Oh, he, hands down, statistically speaking, completely wipes the floor with Lance Stroll.
Lance Stroll has a job. I've never felt good about that situation because I'm like, I didn't think Esteban should have lost his seat.
It would stink if we lose Checa to keep Stroll to bring in Vettel. I mean, I do want to see Vettel next season in any capacity.
You know what that depends on? I'm wondering what Haas does. Because and he's got on the radio, did you like that? Great pass. He's running strong. He's running very, very, very strong. Rick is still in the strong 5th, guys. Danny Rick. I was waiting at any time for that engine to die. Now, we're on lap 46 at this point. So, I was waiting. I was like, man, this engine's probably going to die at any point.
No.
I didn't think he was going to make it to the end of the race. Really didn't. I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure. Because, I mean, Renault, same 2 weeks in a row. Issues. Much stronger racer. And ironically, Esteban outperformed Sergio. But he lost the seat because Sergio brings much more sponsorship. It's a business. Yeah. It's a business. Yeah. And that's why Hamilton said he wishes it was more about the driving than the other stuff because he would have a seat if it was about that. And
but
so
thankfully he's back.
He's back. He's back. We'll see. Sergio just passed Danny Rick. So Sergio at this point, guys, is running a very strong race.
And we're also seeing that Danny Rick doesn't seem to be going as fast as...
I think he kind of backed off a little bit. 6 and lap 56-71. So far, only 3 retirements. All outside of Ferrari, it was only hitting each other. The only other retirement is Esteban, and that's for mechanics. So everybody else is running. Here's the issue, though, for me, and I felt bad for Max. So I'm thinking when I saw the front wing damage, guys, I said Bottas is going to catch him and pass him. When you have front wing damage, you all know with these Formula 1 cars.
It brought some action to the front because up until now, Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, I mean, it was boring out front.
The tires did not bang out the fastest lap. He had enough cushion, and when he heard Max's wing was done, he was like, I can chill. You know, I'm good. Now you see, lap 66, Bottas is catching. And now going to pass. Now, he passed him at first, but then Max got the spot back.
Exciting to see.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something. My guy Lando now had pace. Lando found some pace.
Lando was not done.
And Team Order said let him pass because he had the pace.
Yeah.
Lando's, my McLaren boys, here's what's funny. Lewis on lap 67, running fastest times.
Yeah.
Smart. Mercedes strategy and how they set, you know, it's top notch. You guys know that. I'm not a hater. I mean, it is. I give props where props are due. Guys, Babyface, your team is running a flawless race.
Well, thank you.
Flawless. They're so flawless, she don't even talk about them hardly. She talks about Red Bull most of the time because they run so flawless. Tell the truth.
I don't have to worry about Mercedes.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'll leave it alone. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna talk about my McLaren boys though. Don't even worry about it. We know they're good. I ain't gotta even bring it up. Now they're running 1 and 2. So I see why you're not talking about them. They're running 1 and 2. I mean, barring Hamilton's penalties last week, it'd have been 1 and 2 last week.
True.
So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm liking Lando Norris's pace, and I'm like, I'm like, oh man, can we catch him?
I think that podium that he had last week gave him such a taste of what is possible.
Yep.
That he was just like, I'm still fighting.
Zach Brown has done such a good job with that team.
Yeah.
Overall, I like Zach Brown. I'm a fan of Zach Brown. Lap 70. At this point, Perez.
Well, clearly even the dog was worried about
The Doberman is a McLaren fan. That's why he was barking like that. Don't even worry about it. Already claimed him. The Dobie, Solomon. Guys, Solomon's a McLaren fan. Don't even worry about it.
No, he's not.
Now look at this. The last lap. Now I got to pause right here. Albon almost once again. Listen, what I'll say is this. Because him passing on the outside doesn't seem advantageous for him. It doesn't seem like it's the best move. Hamilton and Perez, 2 weeks in a row, you collide. So at some point, somebody has to say, you know what? I don't know if it's how you're passing on the outside, what's going on. Because Lewis normally does not collide with anyone. Perez, so far, solid. Didn't collide with anyone. Albon in the last lap almost ends like catastrophic. Can you imagine if he would have spun out at guys again?
Yep, that would have been bad.
I saw that. So now Sergio, because he caught Albon, great pace, full lap. Guys, Lando catches Danny Rick and Stroll because they're fighting. He's last lap, guys. My boys, he's fighting last lap. Last lap. Now, he just has to get past Stroll, which I was like, he can do it.
Yeah.
He's going to get DRS and pass him because he has the pace.
Yeah.
He has the pace. It's the last lap, guys. I didn't even care about the front anymore. No. I was like, I'm worried about my boy right here because he's in a fight. We still got time. All my McLaren fans out there, probably like me, you're like, look, we can do it. We're right here. You know what I mean? We're right. It's real deal Holyfield at that. But what I was looking at again, I'm looking at Norris about to pass Stroll right here. It happens. Goes to the outside, passes him on the straightaway. Now I was like, he can catch Perez because Perez has damage.
Yep.
We can do it. At that point, Danny Rick had no more pace. Something's wrong with the car. I don't know what was wrong. I didn't care because I just see Perez right there. I'm like, he has damage. Catch him. Then he does it. Catches him. He's caught. Last corner. Caught him. I'm like, you got to be kidding. Come on. 5th place. Tell me that wasn't the most exciting last lap you guys seen in a long time.
That was absolutely on the edge of my seat.
I couldn't be. I was so hyped.
Adrenaline pumping.
I was so hyped. That's why the
He's a Mercedes fan.
I hate to break the news to you.
Wellington is a McLaren fan.
Yeah, my Weimaraner is definitely McLaren.
Solomon is Team Mercedes. Get it together.
Dude, I mean, Mercedes 1 and 2. And they're sitting pretty because no one is contesting them. No one. Ferrari's not there. Red Bull contest them, sure, but Ferrari doesn't have the pace. And they brought new parts, but they didn't get to run them. They didn't get to test them.
Yeah.
So they'll have to do it in Hungary and see where we are. 85th win for Lewis. He's about to break some more records. He's only 2 off from Schumi at this point. So I'm thinking he's going to break some more records. But happy for Lewis Hamilton. Great win for him. Come back from last week. Told you guys once he has the motivation, he's going to do well. Guys, come on now. Come on. My McLaren boys. Do you baby face? Did you see him?
Yes, that was very exciting.
I told y'all we're coming back. Been through many down years with McLaren, but we're coming back. Don't worry about it. I couldn't be more happy with the results. So for me, guys, what I took away from that race is, I think Ferrari would have had better place because they surprised me with the 2nd place from Leclerc. I think they would have had a solid race this race as well. They would have competed. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Renault, I still don't think their stuff's solved, just like Haas. Their stuff's not really solved. Because Danny Rick was running well, and he should have finished a lot better than what he did. Maybe 2 or 3 places. But something's wrong with the car.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm happy with the results. I'm sure you're happy.
Yeah.
Mercedes is running top notch. Again, guys, enjoy it the next 1 or 2 seasons, because this is possibly, to me, and I'm going to admit this, the best performing team I've seen. Because they do it without the controversy. That's why I put them above Ferrari when Schumi was there, because it's without the controversy. Not taking anything away from Schumi. It's just been a lot of, it's always something going on. But what I will say, Mercedes, that 18, the reason why I was like, okay, now they're legit. Because 2018, you guys remember, Ferrari had a rocket, and Lewis Hamilton was like, I don't know, like, he looked lost. He was like, I don't know what to do. No one's as fast as them. Yeah. It looked like Ferrari from back in the early 2000s when their car was just...
But it just goes to prove that you can have the fastest car, but the fastest car doesn't necessarily win you the race, because it's more than just the car. It's more than just the driver. It's all those pieces, the team, the strategy, the engineers, the car, the driver. All those pieces have to work together.
2018 was one of the years I heard Nico Rosberg and a lot of Nelson Piquet come out and say, you saw how special Lewis Hamilton was when his back was against the wall. He could have folded. He didn't. Came back and won.
Yeah.
And I saw how well they came together, how cohesive they were. They were good. That's when McLaren was struggling, but now the last 2 seasons, baby face.
I mean, this last lap was absolutely...
Come on now. Lando's a good young driver, and we're getting Danny Rick next year? Guys.
Yes.
How long do you all give Ferrari's team boss right now? Because he's not had a good... I know he's new, but...
I give him 2 years if he doesn't make something happen.
They're getting Carlos Sainz, so we'll see.
I'll give him 2 years if he doesn't make something happen. Because they have to, at this point...
So you're putting him on the same time frame as you're putting Cyril on from Renault.
Well, yeah, you said Cyril 1 or 2 more seasons probably.
I think 1 or 2 more, because he's
I give this new guy 2 seasons as well. Because he started last season. This is a short season, so he, you know, if you don't perform, it's kind of short. You don't really have a lot of time to make something up. But he has another 2 years, because now, what are you going to say? You're going to change your drivers out. You have a great young talent. You bring in another great young talent. If this doesn't work...
You're right. And correction, not to digress, I believe Haas is a privateer team as well, too. I believe Haas. Gene Haas. I have to check, but I believe...
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know much about Haas, even though they're right down the street. But
yeah. I believe Haas is, so that's my mistake for saying Williams is the last privateer team. But Haas came so late. I was already a McLaren fan since I was younger, so I didn't, you know. But yeah, I believe Ferrari has to go back to, they need to shake some things up.
Yeah.
Because they are, like, really? They're a lower mid-tier team at this point. Yeah. Performance-wise. I mean, well, I can't say that because second place is phenomenal. But... overall, they're not happy with the car. No one is. No Ferrari fan is. So, for me, I'm happy for McLaren. We're on our way back up. I think, you know, a lot of drivers... I was actually happy for Williams. Where, again, let us know. We appreciate you for tuning in. Again, this is Formula for Speed. Babyface, even any closing comments from you?
No, congratulations on your McLaren boys.
Congratulations on Mercedes.
Thank you. Solomon is a Mercedes fan. Please know that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. She's in denial. Don't worry about that. McLaren. Next race, which is Budapest.
Budapest!
So, Mercedes is on fire, and I want to see my McLaren boys do well again. So, again, guys, thanks for watching.